Okay, so you want to drop your CPMs. You probably have like some crazy 180, $200 CPMs, and you want to know how to drop it, right? I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did and the method that I used. So, a couple weeks ago, if I can zoom out, a couple weeks ago, these were my CPMs, right? I had like 180 to 150 CPMs. I'm like, bro, why is it so high? You feel me? Like, I don't understand why. I mean, I don't think my niche is that, that popular. So why are my CPMs so high? And we're gonna get into that, right? But like I said, I went from like 180 to 150 CPMs to like 50 to 70, around that 80 range. And those may not be the best CPMs, right? But coming from 180 to 150 and not really having to change your ads at all to get to these CPMs are, the good part, right? So, like I said, if you guys got any sort of questions or anything like that, you can hit me on Instagram. If you want to make some cheap AI UGC for the low, Polaris UGC. And then what we're going to use for the video, we're going to use luxury tools. If you don't know what luxury tools is basically it's a software for you to go into, and it has Calidata, ChatGPT, Claude, Get Hooked, SimilarWeb. Like all of these dropshipping websites are in Calidata. Wait, not Calidata, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay. And also I got this idea. I got this whole concept from Adam Griffin. I watched this video the other day, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of took it and I applied it to myself, and it kind of worked. So, okay. So first off, right, what you're gonna want to understand is what are vertical markets, right? So vertical markets is probably the biggest reason why your CPMS are so high, and what a lot of people don't understand is how to get out of them, right? First of all, like let's break down what a vertical market is, right? Basically, a vertical market is the market that is vertical, right? So say you're in a beauty niche, right? And say you happen to say something like, I'm selling bacteria clearing skin, right? So not bacteria, like a bacteria clearing skin product, right? And you may think, okay, in your head, okay, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, we're cleaning our skin with whatever our product is. But in reality, right, you got to understand that your creative is the targeting, right? And I feel like a lot of people don't really understand that because, when people make ads and stuff, they just think of like, I don't know, I don't even know what people think. Like they think, okay, I'm gonna just throw this up, I'm gonna throw whatever words on here and hope it converts, right? But at the end of the day, you have to understand that since your creative is the targeting, exactly what words is on your ad is what is going to be, that's what your like CPM is gonna look like, right? So, say I gotta add, this is not words, say it's like a cat or something like that, right? So like this is like a cat to y'all. I don't know, but so this is my ad, right? Right, and you have to understand that these words right here are one of the most important things. Like the picture is good, yes, right? The picture is very important, like the actual image, but the copy is one of the biggest things that really matter when you're making your ads, right? Because say you have your product, right? Your product more than likely is not going to be the targeting, right? And the reason why I say that is because yes, Meta's algorithm is going to look at it and be like, okay, yes, this is the product, right? But what is set above it is what's going to really determine what your CPMs look like, right? And that's what I'm saying. That's where vertical markets come into play. So going back to what I was saying about, say you have a bacteria cleaning skincare product, right? So let's just break this down, right? Let me just break this down. Let me type this up for you, right? Let me just type this out, right? Bacteria cleaning skin care product. All right. Wait, instead of product, I'm gonna just say like gel. I'm gonna say gel, right? So say this is what is on your ad, right? Say you have your product. Say you have your product, right? I'm gonna draw it under. We'll just make it like a little thing. Okay. So right. So say this is your product, right? Bacteria cleaning skincare gel, right? I don't know if that doesn't sound right, but it's whatever. So first off, right, the first thought in my mind, you're like, okay, so I'm selling a bacteria cleaning skincare gel product. That's what it is. That's what it does. That's what I'm gonna say it's gonna do. Simple as that. But you gotta look deeper than that, right? So the key thing is you wanna look at this word right here. You wanna look at this word right here, right? So when you see bacteria, right, you have to understand that bacteria is a broad word, right? There's bacteria in dirt. There's bacteria in food. There's bacteria in, just just stuff. That's the whole point. It's stuff that bacteria can be in, and when you put it in your ads, it's gonna, it's not gonna confuse Meta, but they're gonna put you in these markets that you don't need to be in, right? And then look at cleaning, right? Cleaning is one of the best examples because there's cleaning products, there's cleaning sprays, there's cleaning toothbrushes, there's cleaning, mops, there's cleaning everything. Like there is so much cleaning. Like it's so broad and it's such a general term that when you put this in your ad, they're gonna pull you in those competitions, right? So what I would do instead, right? What I would do instead, and what I would do. So first of all, I would just take this out, right? I would just take this out, right? And so if I'm selling a skincare gel, right? Say it's like a aloe vera, right? So it's like an aloe vera skin clearing gel, right? I would literally just take out the word. I would take out the word bacteria and cleaning, bro. You really don't need those. You're gonna just put those on your actual product page. What are your funnels? Whatever your funnel is, just take this and put it on there because you don't need it in your ads, right? So I would just go straight aloe vera skincare gel, right? And the reason why I do this, right? You don't have to do this, but the reason why I do this is because it's eliminating yourself from those other competitions, right? Because you got to look at it like this, right? When you're on Facebook, right? It's a bid, right? It's a competition, and they put your ad in the bid, and whoever wins it gets to put their ad in front of the customer. If I'm not tripping, right? So why put yourself in these competitions that you have no relation to, right? I've seen this example, right? So say you're selling a dog product, right? And you think it's for dogs' teeth. You could just put dog chew toy, right? Or you could put dental dog chew toy. And now you're in the dental market. And now your CPMs are going to go higher because you're competing with dentists. Because you're competing with all these other dental things, you're getting drawn into that market and now you're competing with them. That's just how it is, right? So with that being said, right, how to get out of vertical markets, I kind of broke it down a little bit right here. So just don't use broad terms in your marketing, right? Don't use broad terms that you can get pulled into. Don't do it. Keep everything niche, keep everything targeted, because remember, your creative is your targeting. Those words that you put on your ads are going to determine everything. They're going to determine, well, not maybe your CPC and stuff. Like if it's a good ad, get good clicks, but stuff that's out of your control, like CPM, is generally going to come down to what your marketing is, right? And another example, right? So people do natives, right? A lot of people do natives, and they have these insanely broad images, and then wonder why the CPMs are high. The reason why it's high is because it's broad. You can have a picture of like a freaking stick of deodorant, and it's just like what are we targeting here? You feel me? Like who knows what we're targeting? If you're getting natives and your CPMs are just extremely skewed, extremely high, this is probably why, because you're getting drawn into these random markets that you have no reason to be in. So that is the breakdown of what vertical market is. And the last thing I would like to say, right? If you want to see how, what kind of vertical markets you're in, possibly, literally, this is what I'm going to do, right? So you go to luxury tools, you go to get hooked, right? We're going to break it down for y'all. So, give me 1 second. Okay, so we're in Calidata. Not Calidata. I keep saying Calidata. I don't know. But we're in luxury tools, and we're literally just going to go to get hooked, right? Simple as that. Load up get hooked. Then when you're in here, let's just go to analyze ads or discover ads, right? And what you want to search is literally, so say I'm in, say okay, so we're in that example, right? Say we're selling a aloe vera skincare gel, but in our marketing we had bacteria or cleaning, right? So we're literally just gonna search those terms and get hooked and see what pops up, right? Hopefully I spelled this right. Okay, bacteria, right? I'll make sure it's on USA. Okay, so I searched the term bacteria because this is the word that's gonna be in your copy. This is what you're gonna put on your statics or your your stuff. That's what's gonna be on there. So these are what you're gonna be competing with, right? We have a dog. We have a probiotic for girls. We have what is this? We have just general cleaning, like a pet cleaning spray. We have what else? What even is this, bro? Generally, what even is it? We have lakes. We have who knows? Like this is what I'm saying. Like when you have these broad terms in your ads, you're getting put in these competitions that you have no reason to be in. Like if you were to put bacteria in your ad, these are the competitions that you're going to be in, right? And that's just how it is because your creative is your targeting, right? So that's like I'm saying, like if you're making static ads, you need to be very, very like on top of what you're putting in your ads, right? You don't need to just be typing random words. Every single word that's on your static needs to be thought out, genuinely. Every single word that's on your static needs to be thought out, because that's what's going to influence your CPM. And 9 times out of 10, if you have a solid CPM, like a $20 CPM, more than likely you're going to have a good CPC, because it's showing your ads to people for so cheap that as long as it's a decent ad, people are going to click, you know? So that was that little rant for y'all. Just do this and your CPMs are going to drop. It happened for me. I've been testing it for a couple of weeks now. It's been generally been working. Like I said again, if you have any sort of questions, literally anything, just hit me up on Instagram as well, and I'll get back to you very fast. Yeah, bro. Also, make sure to follow first before y'all mess with me. Make sure to follow. But like I said, bro, if you guys made it all the way through, I just want to say I appreciate it. My viewership has been kind of skewed lately, but you know, I really appreciate you for sticking to the end. And I will catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.